They're more serious than the test.
Is this a test?
No. How you can, L'chaim v'acharacha kamot. How can you come to love thy neighbor? How can you come to that? That's the problem. Let's say you have a neighbor that bothers you, irritates you, no consideration, snot nose, bad influence. I don't know if you know about those things. How can you come to, God says you have to love all the Jews. How can you love these people? Like over here, all these emotional things here. How can we live with them? How can you have a relationship with them? Okay, that's the problem. So, we want to talk about it.
The body here? So maybe that's what we're writing? That's what, all right, that's the question?
I'm writing something else, not writing that.
Oh.
No, I didn't give you the paper. I didn't give you the paper. No. I want to make a shopping list. You know what a shopping list is?
Yeah.
Except we're going to put down, I'll show you right away. Put down, plus and minus. Okay? Now we can put down each. So plus and minus of each. Plus and minus each. Okay, we'll put a few lines, skip line, now they have it. Okay? Any type of relationship. Ima. Ima and maybe let's say Zabulon. Anyway, we have Ima and Bat. No. And again, anyway. What? No, Sarah. Anything. Okay, that's strange. What? Sarah. Anyway, you get list of 5 relationships and leave space. Okay? We're going to do a little work, a little lesson. This in English is called reframing. A frame is a unit. Reframing is you extend the frame. It's called reframing. I talked about it at my son's engagement party, and I want to explain to you how it works. Okay? Let's take, I give an example, don't use my examples, but you have to get your own real examples. I don't have to peek what you're doing, but I want you to do it yourselves. Give an example here. The East is Botzer. The Isha, let's say, is Atzlanit. And Ruchan.
Rabbi isn't Talmud Chacham the plus and Mufuzai the minus?
You're right.
Also the Tzlani is minus and Ruchan
You're right,
is...
100%. Okay, now, what do you do? Let's call reframing. Now, wait a second.
Well, we have to write down for the Ish and the Isha a plus and a minus?
Yeah, plus and minus, but don't write what I'm writing.
No, just...
Pick anything.
You want this to be real in relation to us?
That's right.
Okay.
Thank you. I want this to relate with yourselves, and I'm interested in, I'll explain you right. We call reframe. So what do you say? You're right. Heyot. Shani. Lochein, אני צריך להיות מסודר וסובל את עצלנותו של אשתי היות ובלעו, היות שהיא רו
That's it. Can we keep the door open?
Again, let me explain a little bit. I want it, but I'm interested in a different frame, but you have to know. The more is, there's how does a person change themselves, and how do they live with the other person? Okay?
Two different things.
Two different things, but you have a relationship.
To right.
What? I want the pen down there. Yeah. Oh, someone with you. Take a pen.
Here's a pen. Here's a paper pen.
Rabbi, so this is his strength, this is his weakness, and how he's going to use his strength to overcome his weakness in relation to his life.
That's right. And not only the wise, it can be the son, the child, it's called reframing. I really want to do it in reference to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. We'll do it right away. What?
Yeah, well, not that. You have to write.
Yeah, that's an example.
Shisha, positive, negative, and then you don't write what the done. You write whatever you think applies to your husband or yourself.
I'm not going to look at that. That's no meaning for me.
Negative trick. And then the Rebbe said that teaches how to reframe to turn the negative into positive. He's a great cheat.
Maybe be yourself. I don't know how to help the other person. That's not important.
Consider it. There's
יכול לשנות, בטח. בסדר, שמח שאת... קודם שמח שאת בחיים. דבר שני, בת אחת על ארץ ישראל. פעם שלישי, את חופשייה עכשיו יכול להתחתן מחדש. רביעי, ויכול ליהנות בחיים, וללמוד תורה, והשם יעזור. נכון? זהו. כל כך להיות שמח מה שיש לך. נכון? זה ברוך השם. מה? ברוך השם, רגע, ברוך השם. זכיתי לחיות בירושלים. ברוך השם, אני שמח.
And the Rebbe is going to show you how to reframe the negative into the positive from both sides. That's what the Rebbe wrote. Oh, that was with regard to his son, I thought. He's showing us different examples. We just started. Baruch Hashem,
We're talking about reframing, and we're talking about, I'm really interested more in terms of the Almighty rather than personal relationships, but you have to get, it's a concept that's all over the world. The Jewish people have done this for years. It's in modern psychology already for the past 35 years. existing. They have new forms called anchoring, and there's all kinds of new ideas of 14 years ago. No one knows what they got. There's the Stahl, all kinds of different theories and different things. But I really want to I'm interested in the spiritual aspect, but I want to put it in this way. So basically, you write down your two columns, column A and column B. You have the plus and the minus, and now you want to reframe. What does reframe mean? You have a old frame, now you make a new frame. It's called in conceptual. You thought this, and then you want to put that in the box. You can increase it, you can subtract it, you can change it. You understand? There are many tricks in reframing, many variations in reframing.
That's from Piaget. It goes all the way back.
Yeah, about 40 years ago.
What's his reframing?
Yeah, but I'm not interested. I'm interested in our book, Yesod Shevis Vav. Those are good, Baruch Hashem. Get a pen and paper. I'm interested in what the book says, but in order to do that, it just happens to come out that we can have some practical things for yourselves rather than all this pious. Now, again, we're going to take a person, and you have the man mafuzar, sloppy, is a Talmud Chacham, and the wife is atzlus, baruchanim. Well, you can take anything you say, you can take any quality. Everybody got good qualities and bad qualities. There's nobody all bad and nobody all good. Okay. You have to pick the quality at the best that you know of the person, and the worst of the person. Right? So, now a Talmud Chacham knows that in order to succeed, he can't be mafuzar. So if I like Talmud Chacham, so I got to change this. If I want this, which I have and I want it, I got to change this. This is bad. Let's say I want to be a rabbi, I want to be a doctor, I want to be this. So then I have to study. And I don't like to study. So in order to get the goal, I must change my habits and make sure that that I become disciplined, I become this. As I want my goal, I have to change my means. Again, one goal, you got to change yourself. Again, this is a very interesting point. Really disorienting. You want your goal, what do you got to do? Change that. In other words, you want, really I'm interested in God, I'm interested after Akham. If you love Hashem, you have to love everybody. Hi, I can't love him. Can't. Whatever reason is. So if you want to love God, you must love him. So you got to change yourself. You got to somehow change. If I want to be a Talmud Chacham, I got to remove mefuzar. I love human beings. If I'm a stingy person, or I have kas, if I want to be a Yirat Shamayim, what I have to do? You get rid of the kas. Heyos, that I love God, etc. Therefore, I have to get rid of kas. I got to get rid of laziness, whatever it is. I don't know, whatever. That's cool. But then you have another part, you see. But then you have the relation part. That's for yourself. Which is, again, if you love God, you have to have what? You have to change your middle. That's all. That's just simple.
You have to love the hard work.
The hard work or the change.
Why does it have to be in terms of change? Why can't you just say, I'll work harder at the thing?
Yeah, because you see, it doesn't fit. Love of God and not love every human being doesn't fit. Because if you love God, you have to love all His creation. It doesn't fit. There's no way you can love God and hate people. No way of love God and have kas. No way of loving God and have bad people. Why? Because Hashem is Rachel Chan and Erech HaPayim, and if you want to emulate Him, see, it doesn't fit. It doesn't work. It doesn't. Anyway. And then, so what does he have to say? He has to say, now you have this woman who's Botzer and Ruchani. That has some good qualities. Whatever the good quality, X, Y, make it what it is. And the bad point, you have 50, okay. But that's not the point. You have to say, the soivel at the suffer, the atzlusa show, because I see the good point. In other words, the human being is one unit. If you like this person, you have to accept what? The faults. She on her side has to say, if I'm ruchani, I gotta be no longer notzel. See, on her side, she has, hey, yo, shani ruchani, and ruchani and atzlus don't fit. I need to, I need to lo atzel, zariza. And then she says, and I gotta be sovel, my husband, mefuzar. Doesn't sound good. Miglal is a Talmud Chacham. What? It works both ways. The human being is one. It's one unit. One unit. You can't say, I love you, but I have to love you with your good and bad wisdom. I can pray, you should change, and I will work together to change. But I can't say I love you and then, you know what I mean? It doesn't work. Because there's a unification of a oneness that you have to have.
So how does a person change himself?
First, they have to know that they have to change, and in order to be a Yirat Shamayim, you have to bend and change this and do that, whatever it is. So since I want to be Yirat Shamayim, or I love God, I gotta love God, etc. Let's talk about loving God. Now, loving God is a hard problem. One of the hardest. Why? Every day we say, Shema Yisrael, what does it say, the Hafta? You have to put love in your heart. To which degree? That you give up your life, all the things that you love, you're ready to give up. You picture you're going to be a fire, jump in, or you give up everything in your life for the love of God. So that's the same thing reframing. But since I love you, God, I'm ready to what? Give up all my attachments, wills, desires, likes, dislikes. Again, likes, dislikes, wills, desire, whatever it is, for you, Hashem. And it works backwards. If you love Hashem, you give it up. If you give up to everything, so then you're not attached anymore to what? I want. Because you have a goal in mind. You want a baby, what do? So what don't you do? Those are young, have no problem. Those get older, they go and get all these examinations you read about and all these hard things, who knows what they go through. You read about it, you hear your friends talk about it. What they don't do. You wants to be married, what does she do? She gets stuck with this guy. She loves him. The love is so great that you give up on all the other things. When you're blind, they say, it's not blind, it means as if I'm so well those other parts, I don't see those other parts, I focus on the good, and the other parts I don't focus on, I don't see, whatever it is, right? That's the storyline, that's called reframing, or reevaluating. It can be with your children, it can be a husband, it can be a child, it can be human being, God, and people and things. I want to go on this a little bit more. Let's get it again. If you have any questions, you can ask. No, this is a workshop now.
How much do you love
Well, let me tell you. I hate to tell you. But let's see what the Shulchan Aruch says. What does it say? How much you have to love your husband?
When you marry him?
Please do. Yeah.
Every Shabbat, my husband came to our house to visit his mother.
all the years we were married and our children know it, we never had an argument,
In public.
or a bad word between us, or a curse word. And that's how our children are. And they follow it and they agree with it.
Come on, I give you a lot of respect. I'll just tell you a different little story. The story goes of the Birchat Shmuel. The Birchat Shmuel was a rabbi, and he always invited Hachnos. So he'd pick up all the bums and he'd open the house, and what happened? He'd open his table to everybody. And his poor wife, what she had to do? To cook. And what else? The cleaning up afterwards. At 3 in the morning, 2 in the morning, they would sit there and eat all the delicious food. And she would have to do what at the end? Cleaning it, organizing it, thank you, you know what I mean? And anybody say thank you? I don't think so. It was just expected. So she couldn't take it anymore. She was going to speak to the Chafetz Chaim that either the Birchat Shmuel will straighten up or you're going to get a divorce. She can't take it anymore. So she gets to the Chafetz Chaim, gets to the Yeshiva, and in order to get that Yeshiva it was, I don't know if you ever saw it, in Europe, you see, it's like a building, you get in the door, it's like a side room on the side. So when she came through the door, so the Chafetz Chaim saw her, the boys were learning, and he stood up, and then everybody stood up for her. So, sensitive woman, a little embarrassed, so she went on the side there, and he gave all this coverage, so he asked her, what are you here for? Well, she's now embarrassed, the fact that she's from her husband, they got all this coverage from the Chafetz Chaim, everybody stood up for her. Then she said, who knows what? She said, listen, my husband, has so much achnosarch, I need a bracha, this and that, I need to be able to be sovereign. But what happened there was that the woman, what changed? The same work and even more work. Because originally she felt sorry for herself, she's over there to get appreciation or love, who knows what, she's working like who knows what. And then when she saw who her husband was, had more value, or the value of her work she's doing, so she's able to sovel. Sovel means to be able to bear, and more than bear, she maybe do it with simcha and ahava, recognizing the spirituality of what was taking place. Rabbi Scheinberg, all the tzitzis, Rabbi Scheinberg, heard of him, the big rabbi. So, he used to tell the story of his father. I tell the story, tell it over again. His father, in the Depression years, was a presser. Presser was that maybe for a few cents they would, in the heat of New York City, they would press the garments in the garment industry. And, in the garment, there was a lot of heat, and heating of the press, he would sweat so much or drink so much. So he asked his father, well, how do you feel? He said, listen, he says, I'm working to support the family, I don't feel anything. I'm happy I got a job. A lot of people don't have jobs. Now, take a person who has a job or has money, they couldn't stay 2 seconds in the heat that they are because they couldn't sovel, they couldn't bear it. There's a certain thing, because of you have certain values, what happens? You bear sovel. And what does Hashem do about us? Because He loves the Jewish people. And the Tziyon of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, what is it there? Mikam Yeshua, because He loves the Jewish people. And He sovel all of us. There's a lot of tzara, we say, but He sovel. So He bears us. And therefore, the love, you love your husband, love your children, you bear and sovel all the things. Taking kids to the hospital, to the doctor, to school, what don't you do? Let's say you were a maid and you're paid by the hour. You could handle your family, your kids. No, you could handle it. Not a minute. You ask for a raise every minute on strike. Why? Because what's the motivating factor? The love of your child and his party, whatever it may be, able to sovel bear. So you're able to change because the love is so great, the desire to have children, your children, whatever you want to say the reason is, you're able to change, listening, change yourself, that's motivating factor, change yourself and to be sovel. So we love Hashem really, we have to love every human being. Even though they're nasty, stingy cars, all these terrible things. And name all those terrible things you want. You say it's true. But you got to be silver-lit. Silver means you have to hold it in order for the love of God, because it's called refraining. If you love God, by definition, including in God is who? The package of God is who? People. The human beings. Say, do you love your wife? Including that package of wife, one unit, you have all these bad habits. Husband, you have all these bad habits. Son, so you can say, I want these parts to be changing, but you can't hate the person. You can want to change. You can not like this type of thing, but it doesn't. It's not ad hominem. It's not attacking the person, and it doesn't come out in a terrible hatred, harsh feelings, and that gives you a control and can give you happiness and movement. That's called reframing.
Because what?
Because your motivation, because that's the line up. If you fear God, then you'll do things you don't like to do. You don't like to dress sneers, and you don't like to not go to movies and not eat this. You gotta do. So if you have your Shemayim, the love you have your Shemayim stops you and makes you change. The love of God makes you change. The love of your husband, you do many things. And you don't like to do. But you do it, and then you have to like what he likes. Because then you can't say, I do it anyway, I do it unwillingly, so then not love of your husband, not love of God. So you have to be so well and be able to have it in a way that you see the good of the other one, you see the good in the situation. In other words, whatever the next step would be, that in the person you see also the good. That's what we talk over here. You see your wife, she's an atzlanet, lazy, spending money, whatever you want to say, all the bad points, cards, all the bad, whatever you want to say. But you see she's spiritual, whatever you see, X, Y, and Z. So that goodness, focus on the other parts go into the background. You don't see as much. You're like, and then you can't say, oh, I hate this incident. You'll have a mixed feeling, and it comes out mixed feelings. You want to get your feelings straight and equal. And eventually, you'll malamid zchus, you'll understand, it's called malamid zchus, understand the person, yes.
Can this love of Hashem also change physical reality? Like, for example, you say, I want to have a lot of kids because I love Hashem and that's what Hashem wants me to do and I want to bring Torah in the world and all those things. But physically, the doctors say it's not good for you and you're losing calcium and who knows what, and if you're tired and they tell you you should take care of your body and you should take care of yourself. But you love Hashem, does it actually change the reality or it doesn't change?
It changes the reality. I just want to tell you a true story about ourselves, We had 5 kids then, and we were in the summer near Rockaway, and the neighbor next door was named Lubavitch. Famous family, Lubavitch. I mean, Yerucham and the family. This woman had about 10 kids, 15 kids. A lot of kids, and my wife and so many kids, she said to us, that's what we read here, that the 6th child had already changed the home. We always say the name from this woman. She said, hey, you have built-in maid, it makes it easier. And she encouraged my wife at the time, you see, because she talked about Yitachan and the moon and look at me and this and that, and she encouraged us to have, not that we stopped anything, but my wife just gave birth, and a woman feels pity for herself, and she feels, I'll lose the calcium, and I'll hurt myself, and mokum sakon. And this woman herself, that's why I mention her name, I don't know where she is anymore, but she used to put herself mamish in danger to give birth to children. My wife told me, he said, right along, I'll be Allah going to sakon of the children, or not, you know what I mean? And I'd have to answer, double talk answer, yes, no, yes. If it's sakona, then what do you want from me? Sakona for her is X. For me, it's, who knows, Terech, who knows what. And they say, how can you do that religion? She put herself in sakona for faith. So it's a little hard problem. It's a very, but she wouldn't actually did it. She wouldn't. And Hashem gave her brachas. Now, the halacha is that you have to know that this is the law of, you're not allowed to put yourself in the shliach mitzvah. If it's a sakona, danger, shliach mitzvah, so you have to think twice, even if it's mokum sakona, unless you say that the schus of the mitzvah itself protected to what degree? And to what degree do we say yes, the Swiss of the mitzvah protects? And when do we say it doesn't? And what degree it is? So that's a problem we talk about. That's what's a shayla of a chacham. The rabbi has to give that division of the story. But basically, the stories that we're talking about is usually discomfort, tircha, and the hard on the nerves and all these type of questions. And we'll make them more than anybody else today for all because of society, people are different. But in reality, it's not exactly so. It's our head reality. And if you'd have the greater love for kids, the greater love for Hashem, then a lot of these things, realities will change. Unless it's really, the woman is really sick. You have to know what's sick, what's not sick, what kind of alternative medicines that can do, what kind of problems. But basically, the goal that you have and the value of the goal will change your means and your motivation in a way. Now let's talk a little bit. This is exercise. When you never really do the exercise yourself, you should write down Hayot. Write the formula down. What? Hayot. Sins. Shani Tamachocha. V'chein. It's Arech Lios Misuda. In other words, the person, the woman will say, since I am Ruchni, I have to change myself to be Zrizus. Not real, then you have to talk about the positive. And I will be so veiled, the mafuzar of my husband.
Talk about the positive. Don't say to be not to be lazy, but say to be slow.
But the other person has to be so veiled. The husband? No, you have to be so veiled the other person. Then the other person does the same thing back. If they're trained, you
have to change yourself and so veil the other.
That's right.
Instead of
for the goal, that's right. You change first, and then I'll change. You'll be nice to me, and I'll be nice to you. Yes.
Some people take another person and get used.
Well, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Now, why is it called abuse? Because you feel injustice, working hard, right now. So now, the truth of the matter.
The reality is that it's real. It's not just
so
give and take.
There's a give and take. So
No give and take.
now, the story is that on yourself, you should be able to be so veiled the abuse, but you have a right. See, as it happens, you're so veiled. But then you have a right to stand up, pray that you change, and try to change your situation. Nobody says you hit and knock yourself down low and say, okay, hit me. Nobody says that. It's crazy. But we are saying that you can change, or demand change, or ask for change in a nice way. But to cry about being abused and feeling bad about it in the sense of non-functioning, what?
some people won't even know that they're saying it's like sometimes
Yeah, but abuse is a modern word that's used in law courts and in all school systems, There's a big usage of abuse. It could be not really abuse, and you just feel that it was wrong, and if abuse, and all this type of things. But it does happen, so you shouldn't feel that way. You can say, I have pain when this happens. Touch your feelings. Abuse is a value judgment. If you have pain and thing, abuse is what? A value judgment. Not justice, not right, you know what I mean? In other circumstances, you would call it abuse. It's a privilege. It's an honor. See, my daughter was going to Gateshead. It was an honor and a privilege to go to the kollel, and that he was allowed to, and peel the potatoes for the families that were there for 2-3 hours before Shabbos. It was a privilege to have a schus. And in Yeshiva of in Kelm, it was a schus and an honor to clean the base medrash and clean the floors, and to work in the kitchen in Kelm. That's how you look at it.
But if a man has cars, not a schus to have a angry husband.
No, but now we're going to talk another. Okay, let's talk about that.
That's not, I mean, no one holds a cars.
No, it's wrong. But now, how do you handle cars? Okay, let's talk about it. How do you handle abuse? That's a new story, but I'll explain you how you do it. If everything comes from God as a religious woman, doesn't mean it's right. But the question, how do you handle it? So you got to say that what? You say, God loves me, and it's a kapara for my affairs that has happened to me. And therefore I'm sober the God, and I'm sober the abuse as a kapara for my sin. Okay?
Maybe she should get divorced.
I'm not getting involved in that story, but I'm talking about a religious story. Now, there's a time when there's a divorce. I'm not saying no. But there's also Shulchan Aruch talks about when divorce, when not divorce. Okay? But on the attitude of the person, they got to say, when troubles happen, in fact it says here, the word especially, it says here, Gemara Bracha Samech Gimel. Kol HaMishtatef Shem Shamayim B'tzaro Koifim L'Parnasa. I wrote the Gemara. The Gemara says that somebody has troubles. This is Gemara Bracha Samech Gimel. Omar Avuna B'lei Lara Breki Nishum Rabbi Elazar HaKama. Kol HaMishtatef Shem Shamayim B'tzaro Koifim L'Parnasa. What does that mean? A person has trouble, so there's two things. You got to get God into the trouble. The husband has cars. You're being abused, taken advantage of, pain, terrible things are happening. All kinds of terrible. What do you do? So the worst thing that can be, Chas v'Sholom, is death. So what do? You make a bracha on the bed, you add God and say, Baruch Dayan Emes. So what are you supposed to do? We'll see right away. We'll see what I'll tell you the two Gemaras. One way is you add God's name to the Torah, and then what happens? You double your parnasa. Or you ask Hashem Rachmanis. I know it comes from you, God. Mercy. Those are two ways in Rashi.
What is the one before?
What?
What is the first one?
The regarding. Say, Baruch Hashem, I'm getting what? You're just. You're just, and I'm getting the kapara for my sin. Not an easy position. Nobody wants that, but that's a position. And then we have, there's a Mishnah in Brachas. So Rashi says, Musar Habori, the Savior upon him Yofos, the Yakshav, Kiakol, Kaporas, Avonoisa. So that's one thing. To take it, you can't complain and kvetch and tell all your neighbors and who knows what, go to psychologists and sympathy groups and who knows what you're doing. You know what I mean? Two of these things you get. No, you accept it and you what the Savior part. However, it doesn't mean you ask Hashem for mercy and you should try to stop it, not with cause, not with anger, not justice, not with, I'll kill the person, I'll kill you, throw the dishes on, I'll destroy you, the neighbor here, the world here, the world's coming down. That's not the proper way. Okay, I don't say that I don't blame anybody for wanting to do it, but that's not the Jewish way. That's how we say, Shalom Sani Goy. That's how the Goyim do it, not Jewish. It's not a Jewish way. It's not a Jewish way. So, but you have a right, and you have a right to change. I mean, that's what tefillah is about. You have a right to speak up. Now, I wanted to add another step. This is the general line. It's called reframing, and everything's in focus with God. God's in your world now. as a religious woman. The goal being, you're at Shamayim, Avos Hashem. And you have to love the all your heart. That means you give up everything for Avos Hashem. And then, because how can you be so? Well, again, you can focus on the unity of the person. You love this if you accept that, because it's one unit. If you're also in any trouble, you're going to say, it's a kapara for my sins. Now, there's another trick that we read in the book that we had. I gave out those sheets last week, chapter 7 and 8, 9, that we had. I didn't read, and I want to add this other dimension to the story. That's what you want to say, sir?
I was going to ask about kapara. Can a person say that they're getting kapara if they did not do tshuva on their his?
No, you can say, yes, I'm getting Yisurim, which is part of the kapara, even though you didn't do tshuva. Yes.
Without the tshuva.
Yeah, but it's not a total kapara. There's degrees in kapara.
But I would almost say somebody calls part of the and I might like somebody that is dead. Why would you say it's somebody that is very angry to say part of the
Because you have to see everything comes from God, and you have to bless God for the good and the bad. Because you can't say God is good or bad. God is always good, so you can't say that He did it just and correct. Otherwise you come out with a justice problem. Is it broke? No, except this.
I saw in Tamar Devorah, I think it's the second chapter, the third chapter, where that's what he's saying, that like, that if you get like to serve in a form of humiliation or it's kind of, embarrassment, that it's a good it's good to serve because it doesn't damage your body or your parnas, so you can still be an evidence.
They tell the story about you. I don't know if it's true. I'll tell you the story they say about you. About you. They said you went to Rabbi, this is how the story goes, and your house burned down, you went to Rabbi, and he says, I'm a kind of you. Is this true?
He said that to my husband, I think.
Your husband. That's the story goes. That he says, I'm in Canada for you because you're not having kapara for your sunnah. That's how the story goes. He says, I'm jealous of you that you're getting your kapara in this world. Yisurim kapara.
What about self-imposed Yisurim? You're reacting in a way that causes Yitzhar, but it's not like it's
that's wrong. You're getting real punished because they're following the formula of Avos Hashem and Yiras Hashem.
That count for kapara?
No. Because it's on yourself.
That's in Cheshvan Nefesh.
What?
It's in Cheshvan Nefesh. It brings it down in Cheshvan Nefesh. That the person's own Yisur they bring on themselves by having so much good or whatever is worse than Yisur Hashem gives them.
That's right.
Wait, I don't understand. How is a person self-inflicting himself?
By not changing his ways. He's falling for no reason. If you're somebody suffering for no reason, a kid is suffering for no reason, and it's like a fool. Nobody has some sympathy and mercy for that.
Well, what do you mean for no reason?
No reason means you can change. We don't say no reason, no reason. Good, Baruch Hashem, wonderful. You give as many brachas and change yourself all over. That's the next piece I want to talk about. I want to tell you the next piece. Next piece is it's the same story. I just want you to hear it. You see, you have to also verbally talk to God. In that sense, it's brought down in the safe right away. I gave you those sheets. You start show us how to write them. Concentrate. That, okay, you got to get the sheets here. That when something good happens to your friend, what are you supposed to do? What? But not only that, we had this other girl here the other week that you're even allowed to add 1,000 more blessings, right? And then you see somebody who you hate, who's in Russian, he does good. What do you ask for? And he has one good deed, you say, write it in the book of Zechuyot. Okay? Okay. So I add like this. It's very simple. So now you now have a problem. I now put my old story back again. Let's say you have a relationship that's only one-sided, not two-sided. A one-sided relationship. That's it. How can you relate? You're giving, and the husband not doing it. Well, by the husband giving and you're not relating. both ways, on one side of the way, how do you do it? So I explained how to pull out a shalom bias problem, not to get stuck in, is you and God, and your husband's only the kli, or him and God, and the wife is only the kli. In order to get this to happen, you now change the values of the parts. The value of the parts is, it's you and God, which is really the story, and the situation is the kli, the neighbor next door is the kli. Now, you have to have Abbas Hashem, and his neighbor who knows what. So you say, now I'm doing an Isai in a test. I'm loving of God. That's what's really happening. And therefore, my test is to love this terrible, ugly, merciless, Kasan person. Right? That's your examination. That's your test. So the test is then it's easier because you really show the love of God. And this person, the way you're going to do it. So you have less emotional attachments. So at this point, you announce it. What do you announce? Hard to do it. You say, Hashem! Hashem. I'm now doing it in order to give you nachas ruach. So the word nachas ruach it gives you meaning and emotion. Hashem, you give me I'm going to give you nachas ruach, and I'm going to be so veiled these terrible things. So write it in your book of reward of Zuchuyot for me, for Rosh Hashanah and good health. Write it down in your book and don't forget. And I'm saving all these things. I'm saving it for you, God, and when you know about it, and write in the book of Zuchuyot for me and my family, myself, and all of my book. Write it down in that book.
That doesn't sound good.
Bring to the here.
Instead of complaining, you say, this is hard, and I want you to see it.
And get merit for it. And I want to get everyone to be written down.
And I want you to see how I'm being good and I'm not.
That's right. That's right. That's right. And you can say, you're supposed to say it. And if you do that, emotionally,